The following podcast contains real reviews and the ridiculous reactions of two would-be oracles of the internet. The opinions expressed and presented are mere musings, so please humor their hijinks with a laugh and not by taking anything they say seriously. Seriously.
Hello and welcome to ReviewParty.com podcast. I'm Brent.
I'm Matt.
We got a show for you this week. Guaranteed there's going to be like 40 minutes of content after this at least.
Mm-hmm.
What's going to be in it? Tell him, Matt. Tell him all about the show right now.
You got some fancies. You need them tickled? Because the fancies will be tickled. Because we're going to look at some internet reviews from places like Google, Amazon, IMDb or Letterboxd, all the other places, the places you go in your own free precious time and you see reviews that are sometimes useful, sometimes stupid. We're going to find those and make fun of them, pretty much.
Yeah, I think rarely do we have a useless one. I think I might, or a useful one. Usually they're stupid, but
yeah.
I might have a couple useful ones this week, actually. Now, I guess, I don't know. Is that a segue? Should we get started to the actual reviews?
Get right to it.
Let's start with this one. Why not? This review from Amazon, a place we love to visit, for Progresso Rich and Hearty Creamy Roasted Chicken Wild Rice Canned Soup, gluten-free, 18.5 ounce. This one was submitted by Stephanie Black. Thank you very much, Miss Steph. I don't hate Progresso. They're kind of like, it's supposed to be healthier than the other canned soups, right?
Yeah, a bit more care and health, ingredients, all that. Yeah, it's a little bougie.
Let me send you that thumbnail. What do you think of that? How does that soup look? It's one of those times where you hope the food doesn't look like the picture.
Yeah, just the whole can, the yellow against blue, double over with the Progresso logo. It's just like mayonnaise, Hellman's mayonnaise. It looks like...
Oh, it is giving mayonnaise.
It's giving mayonnaise vibes, and then the soup looks like it's just chicken in very loose mayonnaise.
Yeah, very, it's giving dog. Something that dogs do that you don't want them to do. Amazon customer writes, "This is a great great creamy chicken soup." I almost said great chimkin soup. All right, there's some artistic use of caps lock. I'll try and do it justice in my reading. My go-to comfort can soup. Someone in another review was very, very confused. At the present time writing this review, there is one other review with 1 star. I believe it was made in error and should be deleted, and have reported it because I believe it was made in error. This was decent price. And of course, this is for 1 can. I hope the review has been removed and the star rating reflects the true rating at this point. This soup, as is offered in fresh, is for 1 can regular Amazon by the case. The Amazon case price must be offering the other reviewer was trying to write about for the current price per can through fresh matches most grocery store prices. Well, I promise I read that as written. That there's a lot going on. Well, for me, this is creamy, wonderful winter soup. I love the wild rice as it holds shape and its texture, whereas regular white rice usually doesn't add any interest in canned soups. The chicken is above average, not dry, and there's just a richness and creaminess to the soup, which I like. And with an upset tummy, very good. 5 stars.
Yeah, I guess chicken and rice soup probably is good on a little gurgly belly.
Yeah, it's putting in food that looks like the inside of your stomach as you're eating it is generally pretty good for you.
It fits right in. Okay. I don't know that I tracked the whole Amazon Fresh. It took me a moment to grasp that they were referring to the Amazon Fresh service, like the grocery service.
Hence the caps. They were speaking on brands.
Yeah.
Like Winter.
So I'm not even going to touch on that. I want to touch on the review police letting old Amazon know that we've got an errant 1-star review out here. I'm letting you know while I'm typing this. And also, I hope you've already removed it by the time this is posted.
Yeah, I think that's also what Steph touched on in the email. I think she titled it Chicken Soup Defender or something.
Yeah. I guess if I were really passionate about something, I probably would say, like, you're a bit of an idiot. But in the grand scheme of soup reviews, I don't know that 1 star is going to knock down that average too much.
Yeah, it's not so much the defending of the product, it's the accusation. Not that the person has the wrong opinion, but that they are an error. They are a number which must be erased.
This is an outlier. We need to strike it from the sample because it's sampling error. We get it out of there.
This variable cannot be a part of this math problem here. We need to take it out. It's ruining everything. All right.
I'm personally invested in Progresso, both monetarily and spiritually.
Is Progresso publicly traded? Let me look into the Progresso brand here.
If it is, being a defender of the soup.
Okay, it's. I figured it had a parent corporation, General Mills, which there's no way that shit ain't publicly traded. Mm-hmm. How's the stocks doing?
Let's check. Yeah, we had an election. I don't know if you heard. The stock market's great.
Oh, no. Yeah, well, this is directly related to the election, I think. That dip is pretty scary looking, but I don't know. They might have been doing all right before this. Maybe they were predicting. They saw the drop coming.
Oh, my God.
Well, this is way back in 2018. That would take too much research to figure out that.
They seemed all right in September, and then there's just like a precipitous, a slow descent. And November 5th, there was an even greater drop off.
Yeah, maybe this review, in its defense, is actually responsible for all the woes that General Mills is having.
Oh my
People
goodness.
Posting fake news about their creamy soups.
Yeah, they were at their year high in September, and now they've plummeted back down.
What did you do, Amazon customer? You single-handedly killing my creams.
You're torpedoing them.
You're harshing on my rich and hearty, creamy roasted chicken. Oh yeah, we didn't talk about the
rice.
Did talk about the as actual freshness, using it as a real word. How fresh the chicken was. The chicken was it was fresh, and the chicken is average, not dry. Average chicken, man.
Average, not dry. Yeah, this is how I describe my meals. When I'm at the TGI Fridays right after they declare bankruptcy, the waiter comes up, how's everything tasting, guys? Checking in. And I say, average, not dry.
Yeah, like, what do you even say to that if you're a waiter? That's just weird.
The flip side, like, hey, I'm between your pork chop and the spicy salmon. What should I get? How's the pork chop? Average, not dry. The pork chop, fresh.
You know, I didn't want to talk about politics at all today. The podcast is a little offset with releases, but yeah, Matt and I received some news. But I think, anyway, the median voter in America may just be looking for average, not dry chicken. That's sort of their hurdle, their expectations. That's what they're into. Average, not dry chicken. I like my knife to have a bit of a struggle, but not too much.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have a review?
Yeah, I've got a review. This is a bit of a lengthier one. It's an Amazon review for the Illuminatus! Trilogy. The Eye in the Pyramid, The Golden Apple, Leviathan. Paperback December 1st, 1983, written by Robert Shea and Robert Anton Wilson. Described
the Bob
as
twins.
Yeah. Filled with sex and violence, in and out of time and space, the 3 books of the Illuminatus are only partly works of imagination. They tackle all the cover-ups of our time, from who really shot the Kennedys to why there's a pyramid on the $1 bill. And
I know, bro. It was. What's his damn name? So I don't seem like an idiot. I can't recall his name.
I was going to say J.D. Salinger. I know that's not it.
No, I mean, that was a big part of it. Oh, yeah, Lee Harvey Oswald. It was him, bro. That, I've watched Full Metal Jacket. I know that only a Marine could make that amazing moving shot on like a 200-yard target, no scope. Come on.
Leaning on a book.
Yes, man.
This Amazon review comes to us from Alex Falcone. Longtime listeners or perpetually online people might recognize we featured some Alex Falcone reviews before of books, and then discovered he's actually a comedian. He wound up in my TikTok feed with like unfun facts, which are always delightful to learn. Anyway, check him out if you want. Here's his review of this book. He titles it, Like Having Rats Scratch Your Face Off, and writes, the Illuminatus trilogy is the annoyingly punctuated book series by two former Playboy writers. Apparently they had writers. The world before the internet is weird. Who decided it would be fun to imagine a world where all conspiracy theories are true. It is not fun. I read the first in the series, The Eye in the Pyramid, and I'm shocked that there are two more books. The first one seems to have every single word in the English language thrown onto pages in near random combinations. It's hard to imagine where the authors could go from here. The book has more problems than characters, and that's saying something. Problem number 1. Robert Shea and Robert Anton Wilson must have done all the drugs known to man before/while writing this book. It switches narrative styles, tenses, time frames, and from real to hallucinated scenes almost constantly, sometimes in the middle of sentences. Reading this book is like being tortured by Big Brother in 1984. They keep hammering you with phrases that don't make sense and contract each other, and eventually you cry and give up and say whatever they want to make it stop. The Illuminatus trilogy is a lot like having rats crawling on your face. Problem number 2. The language is off-putting. Specifically, the N-word, which they really seem to enjoy. Oh, and the C-word, which also appears on almost every page. Oh,
no way.
And several other words that start with letters. I know the 70s were a different time, but presumably racism, sexism, and homophobia were all problematic back then too, right? Please tell me I'm right. Problem number 3. The sex is really disturbing. I know the Roberts used to write for Playboy, but this seems gross even for them. The sex is gratuitous and almost always gross. Masturbating in prison, having a dead body ejaculate onto a guy from a great height, and having sex with a giant apple's vagina. This book ruined sex for me, really. I'm never doing it again. I'm done. If anybody has any math problems they need solved, I've got a free brain cycle every 8 seconds now, so I could probably help you out. Problem number 4, I don't get it. If you love these books, you're probably going to say, it's satire, you just didn't get it. And you're right, I really didn't. And I tried. I wanted to get it so bad. It might not be gettable. Maybe there were some political situations in the 70s I don't understand that had to do with apples not getting enough sex. Until somebody fills in that information, I've been to frat parties with more to say about world events. Problem number 5, it's not well edited. I, for example, would have cut out the middle 3/4, or insisted the Roberts focused on one of the 100 storylines and gotten rid of the talking/singing dolphin entirely, and all the sex. Come to think of it, it might not have been edited at all. There are more problems: the drugs, the lack of any non-prostitute female characters, and the self-referential nonsense that only shows they knew the book wasn't good. But I'm going to do something the Roberts never did. Exercise self-restraint. If you want to read an offensive, absurdist, free-verse poem about the sex lives of crazy people that will make you confused and angry, I recommend this book. Otherwise, I advise you to read/do pretty much anything else. 1 star.
Excellent review. Thank you, Mr. Falcone.
Yeah.
It just made me think, man, war never changes. War never changes. These are the same motherfuckers that are posting on Twitter today, making me just pissed off every day, man.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to deleting Twitter. The fucking like fake language and phrases they make up and co-opt and like fucking use over and over, the slurs, the intellectualism or pseudo-intellectualism as a cover-up for blatant racism.
Viewing women in only one fashion and one fashion only.
Yeah, exactly. And it's and to do anything else is woke and a problem and an issue, and like you're the bad, like you don't see reality. Man, it's just...
No, you're closed-minded. Don't you get... this is satire.
There's aliens, bro. I fucked a giant apple pussy, man. Don't you fucking get it? I can say slurs because I'm fucking... I opened my third eye. I saw the pyramid. I fucking fucked a mummy.
That's funny. Because Alex Falcone, I don't remember if you remember, he actually wrote he and another comedian, I think, wrote a parody teen romance novel in which it's between a mummy and a girl.
Yeah, I think that's a deep-seated sort of Illuminati thing. We all want to fuck a mummy inside of us. Like, yeah, man, I went to the pyramid with the eye on top. I fucking fucked like 12 mummies, man.
Oh, yeah, wow,
it was crazy. They reserved them for a reason, bro. They took their fucking brains out through their nose for a reason, bro. And it's transcendent, man. I don't know if I'm fucking dudes or chicks, but they're all chicks in my mind because I'm the master of the universe. I opened my third eye. I fucking used the mummy's bandages to wipe my butt. I'm Indiana Jones of being smart, man. I didn't go to college.
Yeah, just that. I just saw a picture of one of the authors, and it's yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Subhuman slime.
He looks like a bit of a lizard man.
Would look for a giant apple to carve a pussy in, and then write some sort of fever dream about it.
He kind of looks like a real gnome.
Yeah, the type of dude that needs to fuck apples. Well, if you're gonna fuck fruit, bro, they broke the mold when they decided to fuck pies instead of straight up apples. Yeah, peaches is way better. Melons, I imagine melons you could really get down on. Maybe that's just me. I actually have a quick review to get us out of this.
Okay.
Whatever hole I just backed us into. This is an Amazon review for Debillion. I didn't see that. What? It's D-billion D-A, all one word. Debillion. Cat 8 Ethernet cable, outdoor and indoor, 6 feet, heavy duty, high speed. 26 AWG, 200 megahertz with gold-plated RJ45 connector, weatherproof, S/FTP, UV resistant, from router, PC modem gaming. It's an Ethernet cable, man. I don't know what to tell you. It's got gold trim. I guess it makes it look faster. Chris says happy with it. They write, there's no real way to determine if it is a Cat 8, as I do not want to cut open the cable and check XD. However, my gigabit network, I'm getting full gigabit speed. I'll rate it 5 stars in a few years when my home network is 40 gigabit speeds XD. The overall cable feels good to the touch. Seems like decent quality. Gets the job done, 4 stars.
Okay, now I'm no electrical engineer, but I'm looking at my Ethernet cable right now, and printed on the cable it says Cat 6.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to imagine there's a way to find out if this is really Cat 8. Maybe it says so on it?
Yeah, don't you know, like, there's laws in this country, man? False advertising. Haven't you ever heard anyone say false advertising?
I've seen that. I say it every day.
I'm constantly on the lookout for false advertising so I can sue some motherfuckers. That's being American.
So, yeah.
Also, they got a whole Linkware PC data sheet. I'm no electrical and network engineer, man, but these this data be saying it's faster.
Yeah.
Who am I to judge?
If it's quick, I would think you kind of trust it.
Man, I bought some Reese's Pieces the other day. There was no way to get the chemical compounds down to know if I was really eating chocolate.
How do I know there's really peanut butter inside this chocolate?
How do I know a butter really peanutted all over this chocolate for me? And it's like saying, oh, I bought some kosher dills the other day, but who said a fucking rabbi bless these, huh? I can't go to the factory and kiss a rabbi.
There's really no way to tell. They got a crisp crunch and a tart bite.
The mysteries of the world have required me to temporarily withdraw 1 star from my review.
It's unknowable. How can I ever, with any degree of certainty, say this is a 5-star product?
Yeah, this man's just living his life agnostically in every like avenue.
Just slide the scale down. 4 stars is your max then.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Is like if 4 stars is your max, it's just 5 stars, but you're playing yourself.
How am I to trust that God really delivered these 10 commandments? I wasn't there.
I've seen the movies about it, but I've heard that movies are pretend and imagines. But how can I know if movies are pretend and imagines? I was not there.
No.
I was not holding the camera. The only thing I can trust is Pop-Tarts. I put them in the toaster and they pop and they are tart. It's the only thing that I can know. All right, I think we're going to take a break before our brains mush any further.
Hey everybody, thank you for listening to our lovely little podcast. If you'd like to go above and beyond in supporting our show, or have the most fabulous conversation starter since sliced bread, go to reviewparty.com. Click on shop and explore some fabulous t-shirt designs.
Where's your favorite place to wear a t-shirt?
On my body.
Mine is at the store.
That is a good place to wear a t-shirt. Reviewparty.com. Click shop.
Why stop there?
Don't stop now.
Don't stop me now, because I'm buying a t-shirt. I'm buying a shirt. Hello and welcome to the second half of the episode. I have a segment for you today. It is yet unnamed. I thought we would just sort of naturally find the name, let the name find us as we go through this segment.
Right.
But as I have it written in my notes, I simply wrote no link to anything. I just had to write down so I did not forget. Segment, reading Big Dog t-shirts. Matt, are you familiar with the Big Dog brand?
Oh, yes. Big Dog, that big old dog. I ride my bike like a big dog.
Exactly, yeah. Big Dog is a brand of shirts. I believe it's Midwest-based, or maybe just it's popular with the sort of dude from the Midwest. They're t-shirts that all feature a cartoon Saint Bernard with some sort of classic 1990s, 2000s message t-shirt. Mm-hmm. Often like a pop culture spoof where all the I'm getting into the segment already. I saw one that said instead of Seinfeld, it was Barkfeld, and it was just them standing around in an apartment, but they were anthropomorphic dogs. That's the whole thing, and it's just the sort of thing that I remember about my childhood, like once every year or two, and I just cannot stop laughing at it for weeks. So let me poison your mind as well. I thought for the segment, I would look at t-shirts from their active website, bigdogs.com/collection/t-shirts is where I'm at. I'm just going to look at a shirt, describe what I see. I'll send some to every other to Matt. He can describe what he sees on these big dog t-shirts, and then it'll be funny. Pretty great idea for a segment, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the first one, I was gonna Google image and kind of snipe best of or ones I remember from a kid, but I actually thought for the first one, going and looking at their current wares, what they're currently hawking here in 2024, might be the best. So I'm gonna look at this very first one.
I'm a little scared.
It is a slate gray t-shirt, one big square graphic, words sort of around it, popping out of the top and the bottom. Survival of the biggest. And in the foreground, a bunch of big intimidating monsters that actually look very scared and terrified, sort of running at the camera.
Mm-hmm.
And behind them, popping out of the tree line, is the biggest kaiju-sized big dog you've ever seen. I kind of like it. Would buy. That's my recommend. Would not be upset if someone got me that one. And I'm gonna send Matt the next one.
Oh,
this is a change up.
Yeah,
I would even think this is what they were working with before the pop culture stuff got popular. This is like a very classic big dog shirt in my mind.
Yeah, this feels like it's not trying to be memey or anything like that. This is more text based than anything else. It says, and a nice, not script, but good font. Words cannot express how much, in all bold caps, I don't care.
Oh,
sort of angry font with the big dog crossing his arms, with sunglasses on behind the big bold. I don't care. It's a little tight of a layout. I'm going to be just
sure
honest.
I see that.
Stuff's kind of, the big dog is overlapping some of the how much, and words cannot express how much. Yeah, it's a little busy.
Yeah, I don't know if the graphic design botch job adds or subtracts the charm here. Yeah, I love the sunglasses. I love that the dog's head is like not anthropomorphic at all, but he has he's crossing his arms like a human.
Yes.
And has very human shoulders.
Yeah. For the dog graphic alone, if that were just on the shirt, I would that might be a buy. As it is, it's not a buy for me.
That and sort of with a mountain-esque t-shirt vibe would be really good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna skip the next listen because I want you to do that one, and I'm gonna read the next one. Oh, this one's kind of relevant to my life. This one I had to read it right to get the joke. It says in all caps across the top, "Da bones," and then it has a graphic. I'll just give it away. It's the Ramones graphic, except instead of an eagle, it's a big dog with angel wings holding a bone and a beer bottle.
Okay.
In the middle of the graphic says "Big Dogs" above it with the little lines, and then the words on the outside of the emblem circling around it are Biggie, Doggy, Waggy, and Barky. So instead of the Ramones, it's the Bones.
Wow.
Instead of Joey,
yeah.
It's Doggy. Also available in black.
You have to get it in black.
It looks kind of shitty in white, honestly.
An homage to a rock band t-shirt, it's got to be black.
Yeah, I agree. The working man wears a white t-shirt, not a punk rocker. All right, Matt, this may be the creme de la creme of the segment. I'm so happy to control V this into the Discord call right now.
Oh, wow. I wasn't expecting to see something so pop culture based, I guess.
So contemporary.
Yeah, very contemporary. We have in a harsh red color, but I assume the font matches the movie poster. Mm-hmm. It says "The Barker," made to look like the Joker, because we have a big dog anthropomorphized to look like Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. His floppy ears are painted green. And he's wearing that classic burgundy suit with autumn orange vest. And then there's a Harley Quinn version of a big dog lady draped on him. So I don't know why it doesn't say the Barker fully woof or something on it. Because this is for the sequel. We got to reference that somehow.
I don't think people that buy these shirts even know movies can have secondary titles.
That is a good point. Yeah, I don't... Okay, so that's his big hand, and he's just got a bone in it.
Yeah, I remember from the Letterboxd reviews that this movie is just about, like, Joaquin Phoenix summoning cigarettes from the ether over and over. So right. I think that bone is sort of a cigarette stand-in.
Okay. I would buy it as a white elephant gift.
Sure. And the Lady Dog, she has like a blonde wig just like sitting on top of her black ears or mask, whatever you want to call it, the St. Bernard off color, and it looks very strange.
Yeah. Whoever did the artwork, I mean, it's not bad.
The Joaquin Phoenix Joker with the red lipstick, they put the mouth on the dog without making it not look like a dog mouth smiling. I don't know. It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Okay. This one is a lot like the Words Cannot Express one, but it's black on black or black on gray letters. Works well with others. ... and sort of old-timey saloon sign language or sign font, I should say. And then in typewriter, sort of faded, like punched in very hard type font. Like it was hit hard, but didn't have enough time to really sit and soak on the page. You know what I mean? When they leave me the beep alone. And it's got anthropomorphic. This one's very anthropomorphic. Big dog he's got the collared shirt buttoned all to probably between the nipples and then like a black t-shirt underneath look. Okay. And then the button shirt only goes to the shoulder, so you can really emphasize those big Popeye cross forearms. Yeah, that one's pretty weak. Okay, I think we'll probably wrap up after a couple more. Let me find Matt a good one. Actually, this one I recognize. This could possibly be original set Big Dog shirts. This is like a shirt I think they've kept in print forever. I'm sending it over.
Oh, yeah, that looks like classic Big Dog. Because that's a classic phrase. And I quote, "If you can't run with the big dogs, stay on the porch." And it's very helpful that Big Dogs is in bold red, where just the rest of it is in blue, on a heather gray shirt. There is a big dog. We're talking Clifford proportions here, just breaking its way through this wall of text, which is nicely laid out, in that newspapery type layout where it wraps itself around the image. And there's like just the tiniest image of people, I guess, sitting on the porch.
Yeah, it's like, it literally looks like a clip art they badly, like, transparent on there.
Do you think we need to add anything about a porch? Do we need to put people on the porch? Yeah, throw it in there.
Yeah, it's quite literally like a 1950s man and woman in a, like, the same color ink as the font clothes. Yeah. Just sitting on a porch, lounging on a porch, if you will. Okay, I scrolled down a little and there's two more I want to share. I'll do this one quick. This one is a Big Dog blue shirt, navy, I should say. In all caps up there, sports font. There's only sort of tall, skinny sports font. Just do it, it says. And then on the bottom it says, tomorrow. And it has a big dog in cargo shorts and a hat, sort of hammock lounging on the Nike swoosh. Beautiful.
Okay, I like that.
Just do it tomorrow.
I mean, that's that dad attitude. That's some daditude.
Okay, and this one, I was going to end with that until I saw this. So, Matt, please take us away with this masterpiece.
Oh, Lord. It's very much in the spirit of the last one that I read, but it gives that that bold red gets spread out a bit more. Instead of just being on big dogs, it's on some other operative words, which read, "If you can't surf with the big dogs, stay off the net." And we have this like 1992 era world globe image wrapped around by internet atoms of connectivity.
It's in like a cage of internet.
With like not red Land of the Rising Sun, but just like emblazoned blue and light blue beams of light emanating from behind the earth, where the big dog, is zipping by on a Silver Surfer surfboard through the atmosphere.
It is so giving Silver Surfer.
Blur lines trailing the board, the tail, all the dog. Its ears are going back. Its tongue is hanging out. It's going so fast.
I love the tongue out.
This is a buy, 100%.
This one, either one size too small or one size too big would go insane on almost anyone.
Yes. It's the thing that you find like in the old dresser all the way at the bottom. You're like, what the heck? Did we get this at a book fair or something?
Oh, it's so good.
And it's either one size too big, one size too small. And on top of that, it's like either thinner than you're expecting or thicker than you're expecting. They don't make shirts like this anymore.
Those weird thick shirts get me every time.
Yes.
Or shirts with the impossibly thick graphic across the whole front.
Oh, hate it.
What shirt did I have where it just used to make me sweat?
Yeah, some big old Crazy Bones graphic on there.
Yeah. It's like, I can't wear this. It's like I got a layer of tinfoil on my sternum.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I love this one.
Yeah, so that's the Big Dog t-shirt segment. I hope you liked it.
Yeah.
Easy one to put together, so I'm sure I'll bring it again real soon, especially if y'all say, wow, I love the Big Dog shirts. If you grill it, they will come. I'll leave you with that Big Dog wisdom. Matt, do you have a review?
Yeah, I might as well jump to a review of Alex Falcone's young adult romance book on Amazon titled Unwrap My Heart, subtitle, or It's Time for Mummies. So this is for people who are smart enough to understand subtitles. Do we want to
fucking mummies?
Yeah, getting with those mum men. Sophia is just a normal high school girl worried about getting her homework done and looking cool in the lunchroom when he shows up, a devastatingly handsome new kid mysteriously covered in decaying bandages and staring at her from empty holes where his eyes should be. She thinks he's just a hipster. But is there more to this handsome stranger than meets the eye? Yes, he's a mummy. We're not really making a secret about this. The twist is he's a mummy. It's a book about a girl who falls in love with a mummy. We've read young adult books about teenage girls unknowingly falling in love with vampires, werewolves, angels, demons, fairies, mermen, warlocks, dreamwalkers, and trolls. Seriously, there was one about trolls. It's time for mummies, damn it. It's time for mummies. That's the description of the book. Which leads me to the Stoke Life's review titled G-Rated Romance That Will Have You Laughing. They write, "This is a G-rated romance about falling in love with a mummy. You need to go into reading this book as a joke, and you will not be disappointed. I was laughing so hard I couldn't breathe, and tears were streaming down my face. He is a mummy, she is awkward, and it is all funny and an adventure. I would love for these authors to get together with a smut novelist and give me 5-star smut with their brand of humor. Overall, it was a wonderful, quick read. 4 stars.
I mean, you had me at empty eye sockets. That's just when you know you're being looked at with something with no eyes. That's powerful stuff.
That's a lure. That's Riz.
Yeah, Mummy Riz. The Mummy. It has charisma.
Just sort of I'm spellbound.
Yeah, I think it's right to call out, like, everyone else is getting fucked, you know.
Why not Mummies too?
Yeah, everyone else is having sexual liberation. Mummy's got to get some, man. Imagine being a mummy and seeing how much pussy Swamp Man's getting, dude. That would make me crazy.
Just because he's a good swimmer. Just because he got broad shoulders. Okay.
When I go in the water, I sink to the bottom, okay? And it's that I don't want to be judged for that. It's making me so angry. I'm going to jump out of my bed, put my arms forward, and go on, bug a bunch of people. Okay, what was that other review?
There was one. Let me see if I can find it with a search. This one paragraph I'll read. Alex and Ezra are asking some important questions, referring to the authors. Underneath the chair of dongs and secret ornithology meeting, questions like, why do we consider this romance? Why is this romance offered to teenage girls? What if we flipped these patterns into a story that does give women agency, that points out these problems as problems, that provides solutions to these problems? What if we let teenagers fall in love and figure out magic and handle life where there's honesty? And sex. And she's the heroine of her own story, the heroine of her boyfriend? But not that much sex, because mummified dong is fragile. The point that this reviewer is trying to make, they give it a 5-star. Their review is titled Dusty Touchings. It sounds like not only is it funny, but there's actually like potential good commentary about these romancy books.
Hey, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love a on the surface B-movie schlock that under the surface is actually very very stern and even aggressive satire.
Yeah, I'll read just one more paragraph, her closing paragraph. She writes, this is Anna Chandler, by the way. I expected a laugh. I didn't expect it to be sweet or thoughtful or call out bad behavior or include the phrase, quote, and the only way I was going to straighten any of it out was to Google the shit out of it. Because new life motto. This book does all these things. In a half-parody, half-novel, super woke, somewhat tight boy, beautiful piece of fiction. It even, I guess because that's not hard enough, does it while telling a romance about mummies. I can't overmention that she thinks he's a dusty hipster, and he's a mummy she's kissing. Preserved, reanimated flesh. And you wouldn't think a story could walk the line between that ridiculous and that touching. But it does.
Yeah, this just makes me think of two movies that might be on the same lane that I love. One is wasn't the one I thought of first, but I saw it and was like, oh yeah, that's fire. Warm Bodies from 2013.
Oh yeah.
Nicholas Hoult as a zombie who falls in love with the survivor. Sort of navigates the social zombie hordes to kill the evil anti-zombie people and get with the nice human lady.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out to be very sweet. And then, even better, honestly, have you ever seen Lisa Frankenstein?
I have not seen Lisa Frankenstein. Goodie?
It's
a goodie?
Yes, it's an A24. I heard that it came to mixed reviews. Not a lot of people liked it. But let me double check if it's A24, so I'm not. Well, whoever produced it doesn't matter. But yeah, it's really good. It's really funny, really sweet. A very hellier movie.
I'll put it on the list.
Yeah, Catherine Newton. If you know her, you love her. She's the lead across from Cole Sprouse.
Gotta love him.
I kind of heavily fucks with Cole Sprouse. Like Cole Sprouse. Say what you will about Riverdale. I think it's supposed to be bad. Let the man do his thing, but yeah, he kills it. He kills it. I was going crazy, low key. Mummy love, you're making me crazy. I have a quick Rate Your Music. We probably won't have too much to say about it. This is from Rate Your Music by a reviewer named Spirit of 77. This is for the album Take Me to Your Leader by King Geedorah, who some of you already know, but this is one of the many monikers of MF Doom. Someone was saying how Tyler, the Creator, makes a new identity every album, and it's so crazy. And I was like, yeah, but does he have the balls to actually release it under a different name? Don't think so. My man MF Doom does. So let's hear what Spirit of 77 has to hear about this project by King Geedorah. Oh, music for killing some kind of mythological beast while your nose is lined with coke.
Oh.
This soundtrack to summer where I'd walk into town at midnight at least 3 or 4 times a week to see someone that came, but he says to see someone that nothing came from, but it is good because now this means a lot to me, probably not to them. Now, whenever I throw that shit on, I just remember the warm, sweaty feeling of walking into town at 2 a.m., meandering around the grocery store, buying pretzels, and then bothering you-know-who until it seemed a little too overexposed. Like, yeah, I listened to other bullshit like Anko and Frankie Knucks, but this did it so much better, I think. Turns lampposts into sounds and makes houses at night moan as you rub by them. What? I haven't seen a single Godzilla film, however. Kinda realized that this was all a bad idea, though. Proximity isn't love. Sooner or later, you realize that your heart is a pretty shitty barometer. Now that I think about it, I think I see the evening more often than the mornings. Thanks. Highly recommended if you like the sound of objects hitting objects. And then in parentheses, a quote from the album. Follow the light. The light is your guide. I am the controller of Planet X, and I've guided you here to discuss something important. 4.5 stars.
That was creative.
Yeah, that's why it grabbed me, man. You don't read many reviews like that. He was on some other shit.
It was, yeah, certainly on something. But that does not change how I feel about the phrase rubbing by houses as they moan. Was that it?
Yeah.
Holy cow. Wow.
The streets are coming to life when you listen to this album, man.
That's really cool. For as much as I did not understand about that review, that was evocative.
Yeah, turn lamppost lights into sounds and make houses at night moan as you rub by them. Whoa. Rubbing by something, that just sounds like a cool way to say that you're in the zone. You're going past them.
Yeah, man, you're on a whole other wavelength.
Right. The type of movement you on cannot be explained with standard language, which I think is very in hand in hand with what Doom's got going on.
Yeah, I assumed as much.
A little kindred spirit. To close out the episode, I'm just going to send Matt this beautiful album art. I'll probably edit this out, but man, look at this.
Ooh. 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 I like it.
Yeah. Personally, for me, the Victor Vaughn stuff's really good, but King Geedorah, he says Geedorah on the album.
Okay.
He purposely both like does it wrong, sort of mirrors the way it was translated improperly rather than the actual monster's name, which I think is great.
Okay.
But this is his best like side project. I'm being someone else for an album. It's just so interesting. All the sound clips are from like 1 or 2 old Godzilla Geedorah movies, and it's just like the soundscape is so tight. There's like the vision was narrow in a good way. It was precise on this album, and Not my favorite MF Doom album, but yeah, my favorite MF Doom side project. Anyway, that's reviewparty.com, baby.
That's it.
Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're horny for some mummies, Frankenstein, zombies, Ethernet cables, whatever you got going. Cream soups.
Yeah.
Hope you liked it. We got new episodes of this show every Tuesday. That's right. # Tuesday Reviews Day. If you'd like to send in an absurd review for us to muse over, like Stephanie, thank you.
Thank you.
Please send an email with a hyperlink or a screenshot of the review over to reviewparty.com@gmail.com and include your name or what you want to be referred to as so we can give you some credit for it.
If you want to reach out to us in some other way, shape, or form, hey, at reviewparty.com on Instagram and TikTok, at reviewpartypod on Twitter or X, whatever you call it if you still use it. We're on Letterboxd, we're on YouTube, our content is there. Just waiting for your eyes, your clicks, your likes, your loves, all those things. Waiting for you to spread out, spread it around, spread the wealth, spread the love, spread the ashes of the fire because everything's burned down. We also have a website, reviewparty.com, where you can read the blog, you can go to the shop, you can sign up for a newsletter that sometimes gets sent out and sometimes it gets blocked by pernicious inboxes and Squarespace wanting to charge us for things we don't feel like we should be charged for. Whatever. Just go there and the blue color will soothe you. Blue's a good color.
Man. Yeah, this whole country blew itself. Hey, big thanks to our buddies Nosebleeds for letting us use their jam bread for breakfast throughout every episode. You can find more jams by them on Spotify. Nosebleeds, one word. Follow, subscribe, favorite, whatever the button is, wherever you listen. Hit it. Helps us out a ton. Leave a review on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you listen. We're the review podcast, so it is neat to have nice reviews that are funny around places. Mm-hmm. It's like we know what we're talking about. Recommend to a friend. That's the best way to support us if you really want to. If you have someone who likes comedy podcasts, they're so hard to find. It's so hard to find someone to recommend a podcast to who won't go, "What's a podcast?" But if you know a motherfucker listening to some comedy, you tell them, "Hey, I got one for you. Why don't you try this one out?" They talk about big dogs and fucking mummies, dude.
Yeah, man.
All right. I've got a wholesome place to send us out of this one. Thank goodness. This is an Amazon review for Little Hugs Assorted Drinks, 384 ounce. Little plastic juices for little kids, colloquially known as barrel juice. Many places, I think. But Monica's going to tell us all about it. Bad experience juice came to me busted, she titles it. It came in a brown box. One juice was busted all over the other juice. I had a bad experience. Juice was busted and spilled on the other juice. I had bought this from my grandbaby, 1 star.
I hate it when my juice is busted.
This juice is busted out.